Hi there. Welcome to Moonlane TV. I'm Alastair Chisholm. I am the author of this book that you might have seen, Orion Lost, a sci-fi mystery adventure. But today I'm here to talk about my new book, Adam-2. This is it here. I'll be telling you a bit about the book and its setting, and I'll be reading from the first chapter. And I have a writing challenge for you. Now, my first book, Orion Lost, was set in deep space, 1 billion miles away from anyone else. But Adam-2 is a bit closer to home. In fact, it's set in Edinburgh, my home city. This Edinburgh is a little bit different because the story takes place 200 years in the future. Adam-2 is a story about a robot named Adam. And Adam has been living in a basement for hundreds of years. He hasn't seen a single other person in all this time, until one day he gets discovered and rescued by 2 humans. But the city he sees when he comes out is very different to the one that he left behind. There's been a massive civil war between the humans and the robots, and almost everything has been destroyed. Adam discovers that he alone has the power to end the war, and he has to choose which side to be on, assuming that he actually survives long enough, because there's quite a lot of dangers in the future. And I'm going to read a bit of chapter 1. Adam is in the basement, where he's been doing the same things every day for about 200 years. But now he wakes up and he hears something new. And it goes a bit like this. Adam woke up in the basement. Something was different. He lay quietly blinking in the dark. It wasn't time for getting up yet, but he was awake because he'd heard something. Something had woken him up. A banging noise, perhaps 20 meters away, seeming to come from somewhere outside the door. Banging, something breaking, and then a shuffling sound coming nearer. What should he do? Should he turn the lights on? He wasn't sure. The light was for morning. He left it off and listened. The sound was just beyond the doorway now. 2 sounds, he thought, distinct. Little flutters of something, like speaking. It was 2 people speaking to one another. Adam tried to process this, but instead found himself blinking again and again, apparently without his control. He sat up and waited. There was a scratch at the door. The voices were right outside. Then a movement. He could see the door trembling. A metallic click, and it opened. Just a crack, just until it pushed against a box. 2 thin lances of light moved from behind it, and the voices muttered again. Stuck, one of them said. Then the door shuddered open, pushing the box out of the way, and 2 figures followed it. They pointed their lights around, but not at Adam, not at first. He sat still and watched them in astonishment. They were young. One was only 12 perhaps, the other a bit older. They wore clothes he didn't recognize, a mix of different colors patched together. Some of the material was plastic, some fur, and all battered and torn. The older one was taller and moved more cautiously. The shorter figure's right hand glinted, and Adam realized it was prosthetic, made of plastic and metal. Whoa, said the shorter one, pointing at shelves of machine parts. The light came from the artificial hand, Adam realized. It must have a torch built into it. Look at this stash. What about batteries? Muttered the other. This one's voice was deeper and more wary. Nothing yet. Hey, look. The torch played over the table in the corner where Adam had set out tomorrow's breakfast plates. The shorter one walked to the table and touched the plates. This is weird. It's like someone was playing. Then silence. Then, Lyndon, look. What? There's no dust on the plates. The taller one, Lyndon, stopped looking and turned. What? There's no... The shorter one swung her torch hand around to point at the shelves and the boxes. It's weird. There's no dust anywhere. It's like... Then in a gasp. Someone's cleaned this room. Lyndon, someone's been here. The one called Lyndon stepped across quickly. Don't move, Rinna. Don't go any further. Torchlight flickered over the table, the walls, the shelves, and over Adam, sitting in bed. Hello, said Adam. Ah! Run! They crashed back towards the door. Move, Rinna, move! Adam stared after them. This was all very confusing. He tried to think what to say, but he wasn't sure what the situation was. Were they guests? That didn't seem right. Here's the door. Go, go! Stop, he tried. Hello? The taller one held the door open. The younger one, Runa, started through, then stopped. The torch hand pointed back over Adam. What is it? Who cares? Go! But Runa hesitated and then stepped carefully towards Adam, slipping away from the other's grasp. Runa, come back! Torchlight shone again over Adam's face. Look at it. I can see it. Did it just speak to us? Was it talking? Yes, said Adam. Hello. Ah, Runa, come on! But Runa still didn't move. My name is Adam, said Adam. Are you friends of Father? Oh, wow. Runa's voice sounded scared, but also surprised. Can you understand us? Yes, said Adam. You are Runa. Your friend is Lyndon. I am Adam. Runa laughed suddenly. Oh, wow. Lyndon, look at this. Look at it. Lyndon hesitated at the door and then cursed and came back. I see it. Torchlight shone straight into Adam's eyes. I see it. What do you think it is? Asked Runa. You know what it is, growled Lyndon. It's dangerous. It's tin. It's a funk. They moved closer, keeping their torches on Adam until they were only a few centimeters away from his face. It's a robot. Hello, cried Adam again. Now, I've mentioned that Adam-2 is set in my home city of Edinburgh, and that was great fun to write. When I was talking about what everything looked like or where the heroes went, I could base it on real streets and buildings that I knew and the landmarks that I'm used to. For example, the cover here by Dan Mumford, and it's a fantastic cover, has got Edinburgh Castle, but with a strange futuristic dome over the top. And this is actually the Balmoral Clock Tower, which everybody in Edinburgh knows. And I get a real kick out of seeing it here on the cover of the book. So my writing challenge to you is to look around where you live and imagine what it would be like to visit in the far future. What will it look like? What would be the same and what would have changed? First up, how did you get there? Maybe you're like Adam, a robot who's lived for a very long time by repairing himself. Maybe it was magic. You've been in a cursed sleep for 200 years and have only just woken up. Maybe you've been trying out your time machine and it's broken down here. Maybe you stepped through a wormhole in space and time. Or maybe the whole thing's a dream. Maybe it's a vision, a warning from the future. And next up, what's it like? Are the landmarks still there? Is your house still there? Your school? Is it underwater or on fire? Has it been replaced by a massive amusement park? And what are the locals like? Who's living in this world now? Are they still human or aliens or robots or something else? And what do they think of you? Are they friendly or scared or hostile? They must think you're very old and maybe a bit primitive. They want to put you in a museum. So write a story about your own world of tomorrow in the place where you live right now. Think about how you got there, what it's like, and what happens when you get there. And do you ever get home? Let your imagination go wild and have fun. Thanks so much for having me here on Moonlane TV. I hope that you've enjoyed the video and I've come up with some cracking sci-fi stories of your own. Adam-2 is out now and you can get it from Moonlane bookshops or your local bookshop or online or at your local library. And I really hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening. Bye.